Okay, so we start this scene off, and oh my goodness, bro. 2025 well and truly does seem to be the year of aura farmers and crash outs. But we have all the major villains of most, not all, of the Final Fantasy games just posted up, making sure they got the flick out right. And that big bodied red nigga in all flares as well. And look at Jex, just arms folded like he's the Lazengon or something. Sephiroth, aura farming. Bro, look at what's Theodore out back. Yes, I'm saying his gov, because sometimes Gomez does sound stupid. Just up on a separate cliff, and we just got the bad bitches just floating. Well, one of them, and yes, that's a nigga up there, not a shawty. But you know, at least it evens out, because on the other side, the protagonists of all the major games are also doing the same thing as well. Honestly, let's go back a bit. Look at Tidus. He got that shit on though. The blue sword as well. Bro, showing off the physique with the fit. Bro, wait till I get like this. I'm cosplaying this nigga. One of the first Final Fantasy characters you meet when you play Kingdom Hearts as well. I know he's about to put on a stellar performance. He's an islander. Biologically, he's obligated to be able to throw hands. And Noctis at the back Noctis looks like the most normal nigga here. Out him and Leon in terms of fits. Don't get me wrong. Everyone has that shit on right now. Especially Cloud. That's my boy. The best Final Fantasy protagonist. Second to none. But yeah, then these niggas start yapping about some nonsense. And look at this nigga. I hate this nigga Kefka, bro. Not the Honkai Star Rail one. This Joker wannabe head ass nigga. He's out here emoting in the back while my goat Garland is giving some speech about some nonsense we don't really care about. We go over the Hero Light starts going, you know, bar for bar, word for word, talking about some shit. And the camera pans to everyone else, and then all of a sudden this nigga starts tweaking out, laughing about some shit, confusing everyone. And then he talks about, yeah, you know, we may have had our differences, but you know, here we're one set. And I know when the Warrior of Light said that, some of the other protagonists were just looking at him like this, because some of this shit that these niggas put them through, bro, it's if let me be transported to some other world with my biggest up. He has done wrong by me, my family, my country, and you want to tell me me and him are the same? Are you serious right now? And Bars is like, bro, stop all that happened. Let's get to boxing. And then it switches over to Bars' main op, X-Def. And X-Def just doesn't say anything. Just they're posing or farming some more. And look at Theodore up there. Bro, we see you. We see the thing. He's actually trying to be the next Piccolo. Then the camera pans back to Terra, and she's also agreeing like, yo, like, we don't rock with these niggas for real. We ups for a reason. And she of all people has the most to say about this, because the things that did, that nigga deserves the greatest piece of that hell has to offer. That nigga deserves to grind. You know, Noctis goes through his inventory, peeps out his weapon, and then hold on, is that my goat, the dragon sin of Wrath himself, Meliodas? But he's a Saiyan and dual wields? So then they all decide, you know what, we've said our pieces, we got things to do, let's get this ball started. They all ready their weapons, so do the ops, and then Spiritus starts blazing. Everyone's just like, yo, on some real shit, I rock with y'all. And then his missus is just out back there like, okay, let's just get this started. And then this is where the squabbles really begin. Spiritus points forward, all the ops disperse, and whoa, slow down, pause, rewind. I want y'all to really see, I want you guys to see this, because look at how everyone else either flew away or jumped. Even that nigga Theodore, bro. But you see X-Def, he wanted to be different. The camera wasn't even fully focused on him, but he still wanted to hit an off guard, and he decided, rather than jump, rather than fly, things which he is fully capable of, by the way. That nigga's technically a tree. X-Def TPs. He just decides to teleport. Like, bro, who is he flexing for? Fine shits are not gonna approach you from this. I mean, to be fair, can I be Frank and Lampard for a second? If I was fighting with Ultimacia and the Cloud of Darkness, I'd be showing out too. Bro, what is that dress battle? I can't. She's wearing literally a hollow wicker basket. As she points forwards, all our heroes dash towards the main ops. Warrior of Light taking point against Garland. And then all of a sudden, we see a sword flying through, and Noctis decides he wants to be Minato Namikaze for a second and hits the flying Rajan, swapping in. Garland blocked that shit. Warrior of Light came in, deflects. And then all of a sudden, from the top rope, how did she even get there is goddamn lightning, and they hit this cinematic ass clash. She had roses coming out that shit like she was Yuri Jahar, only for her to never get a lick off again, because as she turns, hits that superhero landing, she notices some slashes coming her way. And you know, if you played Final Fantasy 7, you know these look rather familiar. And we see for the first time in Final Fantasy history that Sephiroth isn't on Cloud's top. Sephiroth, the same nigga who will follow Cloud through every game franchise he appears in. So yeah, Lightning and Sephiroth start to get a squabble on. She blocks the first attack, clashes with him at the second one. He pushes her off and goes for a follow-up, which she jumps oh my goodness, jumps over with a deflection to go for an overhead swing, which she quickly blocked. Oh my goodness. And at the back, we see Garland squabbling with, I assume, is the Warrior of Light as well. And then we transition over to the bad bitches squabbles. Ultimacia fires a bunch of arrows like she's goddamn Gilgamesh and has my girl Terra on the run. And quick little side note, I hate how when they put her in 3D, they decided to take off her green teal-ish hair. But Terra is doing her best to fight back and just firing other shots. But then she turns around and the Cloud of Darkness is right there ready to snipe her. And it looked like she was gonna get eviscerated, but you see, I can never pronounce her name, so I'm just calling her Tola for this video. Tola blocks it with a barrier, and then the Cloud of Darkness and Ultimacia were really about to have the greatest combo move known to man. But I thought this was gonna be like looking like Chain Soldier, man, a battle of the bad bitches. But all of a sudden, we see a bigger laser just come out, completely negging that, and then they look over to see Lulu from League of Legends just over there laughing. But then we get back with Lightning and Sephiroth squabbling. They are dashing from rock to rock, clashing. They clash in the middle. Sephiroth throws her off. She finds her footing on the falling debris. He flies around, cheating ass nigga, and launches a scuff, gets a Gotencho, disarms Lightning, and slices out where she was, completely offing that cool piece of rock. Nox is coming in clutch, using that damn flying Rajan technique, throws her sword to get it back to her, and joins her in her to make it a 2v1 against Sephiroth. To be honest, I can't even blame them. This is Sephiroth. We are talking about the big dogs here, bro. We transition again to this bitch ass Kefka, firing at Tidus and Vaughn, who are just flipping and hopping over it. And then this nigga Kuja decided that he wanted to try and backdoor these niggas. But my goat Cecil, he was having none of that. He switched from the darkness armor to the light armor and avoided one of the fireballs, popped up above Kuja, and Kuja, look at his face. He was not trying to deal with all that. He backs off right as Cecil damn near divided the ground. Vaughn creates this orb of energy, chucks that bitch at Kefka, who this comedic ass nigga wants to dodge it like this, and starts emoting, not knowing that he's about to get treated the way Kuja was trying to treat them. Backdoored by my goat Tidus. He hit this crazy kick like it was Axel doing a fire tornado, sending that shit right at Kafka's face. That's what you get, bitch ass nigga. And then we zoom in on X-Def. This lazy ass nigga, first he doesn't even want to jump or fly, and now he doesn't even want to wield his sword against them. He's using telekinesis to fight the greatest of all time, Onion Knight, most powerful protagonist out of these niggas, bro. Has shown how he effortlessly just deflected the first attack, so the second one coming in, jumped over it while running towards X-Def, rolled underneath the next one. This nigga's actually got his sword now. He's quaking in fear, bro. I would too. Look at this nigga. There's nothing but terror in those eyes. A blood-soaked warmonger. Meliodas, I mean Zidane, comes from the top row. X-Def blocks it, throws him off, remembering that he has to deal with the most terrifying being of all time, Onion Knight. X-Def TP's out again, and you think that these mines were placed by him. No! The Emperor from Final Fantasy 2 was camping up top, ready to boom these niggas out of existence. But you see, Furion was not gonna let this shit slide. Turns Archer, shoots a bow. That shit barely grazed the Emperor's cheek, and look at his face, bro. He is actually irritated by that shit. And then we switch over again. All this flipping and switching, bro, like this is goddamn Toto's Boogie Woogie. But we go to see Squall, or Leon, my fault, fighting off against the deadbeat dad himself, Jack. And then I can't lie, these niggas were going pound for pound, slash for slash. They grabbed each other.
Pause.
pushed each other away, clashed again. I'm sounding like Bucky with his ult right now. And then Leon put the blade to his face and just let the yappers sound like it was Mariah Carey. The explosion blew him back as well, but Jack ate that shit. Finger licking good, and we've absolutely gutted Leon into this rock right here. God. I can't lie, Jack punching him so hard that all of that debris was falling is kind of crazy. Leon looks up to see that this nigga Gomez, just knowing his name is Theodore just makes it so much more funnier to me. And then Bart summons in a lance. He trying to do his best Kukulan impression right now, throws the shit, gets blocked, and Gomez just hard focuses on Leon, throwing all that debris at him like, bro, like he's not already dealing with Jack. But it's fine, he ain't even have to worry about that, because Cloud comes in, Omni Slash ready, just cuts that shit in half. I mean, I find it funny that the two heroes that we see fight in Kingdom Hearts are fighting side by side like this right here. So Bart decides, you know what, Cloud's got that. Let me help Leon and make this shit a 2-man. Summons some more daggers. This nigga is really Emi Ashiro right now, talking about first he threw a lance that he made, then summon some daggers. Like, bro is every class except his. And they make it a 2-man and try to jump this nigga Jack, but that's not worth it. He blocks Leon. Bart tries to come in from the side. He no weapon. He decided to just use his ult, bro. He picks up his sword again, and yeah, this was looking like a bad 2-man of the club, because he was denying every shots. And then we see Cloud playing goddamn Ninja Warrior, hitting all that parkour, slashing these clouds, and then all of a sudden Goblin summons the dragon to nuke him, but Cloud's got his own nuke with that Omni Slash ready, and we clash back to see the two who started this whole journey for the franchise, Warrior of Light and Garland. They swing at each other for a bit, you know, nothing too crazy, and they back away, into their teams. Good versus Evil. We got Rangers on the scene. Operation Overdrive is the #1 team. I'm telling you, bro, Operation Overdrive, that is a very underrated Power Rangers series. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone clashes with who they were fighting, and then all of a sudden they separate. They look up and see that they summon goddamn, I don't know, King Ghidorah's like early Digivolution stage, because this golden dragon comes in from nowhere, interrupting the fight. Like, bro, we was witnessing cinema. Where did you come from? And then this nigga just lets off literally a Fusro Dar. Everyone is forced into blocking. Of course the two armored niggas are blocking together. Can we make note of how Jax is standing 10 toes down by himself, blocking this shit, while everyone else had to team up with each other? Like, he is different. The only other niggas was doing it were these supposedly godlike entities. Now, I could end the video here. I was honestly here only to commentate on that hand-to-hand part, really, between these fighters, but you know, why not just go all the way? Hopefully Square Enix does not clap this shit. So the dragon is just like, oh shit, y'all still moving? These two look at each other and it's like, yeah, no, forget the fight we were just having, let's jump him. And everyone's on board with that all of a sudden. This dragon hits a goddamn, I don't even know what to call this. Like, what was that shit that Aknologia used? Eternal Flare? Trying to beam everyone down. And oh my goodness, bro. This nigga Sephiroth cannot be normal about shit. He is literally the Piccolo of this franchise. I don't care what anyone says. At first, I thought it was Theodore, but nah, look at him. The explosion look at how I pose this. The explosion at the back, not moving, just casually flies away, floating through, is taking any chance he gets to look cool. And then everyone is just doing their best to avoid all this shit. I know Terra was chuckling to herself when she saw Kefka nearly got blown to pieces. I would too. So then these two decide to set up a ceiling jutsu, or whatever this is, and then all the caster type characters just start shooting this giant beam at the dragon, and then everyone else just goes in for melee attacks for this cinematic ass finish, with the Warrior of Light finishing it off. And yeah, you know, the dragon explodes, yada yada yada. I don't really know the story of this shit. Y'all don't really care. He explodes and everyone is knocked all the way back. And yeah, that's the end of the fight. I don't really have much more to say. If y'all want, if this does decent enough, I'll go back and do the original Dissidia opening fight, final battle cutscene thing as well. I just wanted to do this one because obviously this one low-key, I like both of them in different ways. Not one is better than the other in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I have for this. Take care. Till next time.